Blog Talk Radio.
Don't touch me. I'll beat your brains out.
You believe in miracles? I mean, you can take a knee and try a 56-yard field goal. This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl. Let's get ready now.
Oh, Bobby, baby.
I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
Hi, baby. It's a night show. It's a night show. I'm bored. That's what's going on. Ah, black ass.
The NFL knows what Randy Moss has done with marijuana, and I think the NFL knows what Randy Moss does with marijuana.
I know.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Good morning. And thank you for joining me.
Top of the morning. Those of you already on Facebook Live, the millions obviously listening around the world on Blog Talk Radio, live from Hollywood, California. This is Tough Love. I'm Alistair Conrad. Special edition Tuesday night NFL Week 4 recap. Why? Because Sunday, Vegas had me. And when Vegas has you, Vegas doesn't let go. And so therefore, I wasn't able to do the show on Sunday. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It's Vegas. What do you do? And so with that, I have an open Tuesday night. And I said, you know what? F it. Let's just do a show and recap what was a pretty entertaining week 4. And so that's what I'm doing. And you know what's so funny? Chad in Facebook Live just says, I'm trying to watch the Cubs. I got it on my TV right there. And I just saw that the Cubs tied it up in the bottom of the 8th. And I knew somebody on the show would say something about it. And what's so funny, I'm not joking. This is the first baseball that I've watched all season. I could give a shit about baseball. I don't care. Brian, my brother, I love you. Have a good night. I know it's late back in Minneapolis. It's 10 o'clock. Some of you have to go to bed. Some of you work in the morning. It is kind of funny. I will say this. There's people all of a sudden on the show tonight, that I never see on Sunday morning. So it's all of a sudden a whole different, group of folks. Allison, you're in Alabama. I love you. No matter what, she still comes on. She's smoking hot too. You guys should check her out. Buckstein, I love you guys. I can't say hi to everybody, but you guys know who you are. I love you. So with that said, I had a good buddy of mine come out here this past week. He came with me to Vegas to see another really, really close friend of mine who lives there. And so Buckstein is the same dude who you met last year about this time. But anyway, so he comes out on Wednesday, and I get us tickets to the Rams and Vikings game here in Los Angeles on Thursday night. I was like, screw it, let's go. We're coming off of a ridiculously embarrassing loss against the Bills. I'm expecting us to get blown out. Chad brings his cousin's jersey. I have a Favre jersey. So we said, screw it, let's do it. We went to the game. We get out of the Uber, and I'm not joking, it felt like it was a home game. We did not see one Rams jersey until we got into the stadium. It was crazy. So by the time we get into the stadium, it's about 65-35 Rams fans. They were just hiding. I don't know where they were. And I'll be honest with you. I was expecting a slaughter. I really was. That Buffalo game will go down as the I don't know exactly the word I'm looking for here, but I'm just saying that Bills game was as bad as it gets, inexcusable. All the blame goes on Zimmer, who I really love. I like him a lot, but you cannot ever let that happen. And keep in mind, the Packers shut him out. They shut him out. Buckstein, exactly. That was the worst game in the history of the Vikings. And it's easily arguable. I mean, you can go ahead and, look at last year's NFC Championship, 98, 09. At least we got beat by really good teams in those games. This was supposed to be a walk. If you guys saw that Sunday morning show, I didn't really have much to say. I was just like, I don't know, we should win. Like, there wasn't anything that was to be said. And then we go out and just get beat down. And Buck, yes, we were supposed to crush them because we were supposed to crush them. That is why I blame Zimmer. You don't go, if you're favored by 17 or whatever it is, you're supposed to win. It doesn't matter if it's by a point, you should win. If it's by a point, something went wrong. You were supposed to beat them. It's not as though this was in Buffalo, right? That was just a inexcusable. Look at me. I'm upset. That game was a week and a half ago, and I'm still pissed because those things shouldn't happen. And granted, yes, you can say any given Sunday, Steve Moyer, I love you, buddy, from Fort Hood, Texas. That's so cool. I love you, bud. A buddy of mine who I used to sell cars with back in Minneapolis. So good to hear from you. It's not as though that game was in Buffalo. We are talking a shithouse 0-2 Bills team who is easily the worst team in the league at that time. Coming into Minnesota's house. A team that's supposed to be the best in the NFC, or at least one of. It's just, but I don't agree with that. I don't. People come up with all the excuses they want. And Buck says they got caught looking ahead. It's so cliche. But as a coach, you have to tell the guys, imagine if you lose this fucking game. Think about it. You cannot lose this game. I know the Rams on Thursday night is right there. But what happens if you lose this game? You can't. That could not have been said. You could not have been said. I'm spending all this time on a game that happened a week and a half ago. Going into the reason why I went into Thursday night against the Rams thinking, yeah, we're going to get shithoused. And it's not going to be close. The Rams are arguably the most well-rounded team in the NFL. Offensively, defensively, shit. Even their special teams are good. They're a really, really good team. We made a game of it. We did. And, both teams aside, there wasn't much rushing that happened, albeit Todd Gurley still got 17 carries, 83 yards. But both quarterbacks, really, really did well. Cousins went for over 400. Goff went, absolutely loco. I think, 26 of 33 for 465. 5 touchdowns. A perfect 158.3 passer rating. Keep in mind, this is a Vikings defense that is supposed to be really good. And yes, Buckstein, they were down Everson Griffin, and that whole situation is an absolute disaster. He went Zay Jones, or whatever, that dude on Buffalo, who took some scissor and tried jumping through a window. Everson Griffin went loco. And it is a big hit to a team, especially the leader of a defense, and all of a sudden you're looking around like, what the fuck is going on, especially after the Buffalo debacle. But even so, you have a lot of top flight players on that defense, and you let them go 26 of 33, 465, 5 touchdowns. Defensively, the Vikings are a mess. Listen to this. Through 4 games, they have let up 71 points. It took them 7 games last year to do that. 4 games, 71 points. 27 of those to Buffalo. That game will be the undoing of the Vikings. Come playoff time, if the Vikings get their shit together, that will be the undoing. We will lose out on a playoff because that goddamn game against Buffalo. Mark my word. I promise you. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but mark my word, it's going to. Here's the problem. Kirk Cousins is on pace for 5,200 yards. That's not a bad thing, right? Kirk Cousins, I'm telling you right now, is really, really good. Case Keenum had an incredible year last year. Kirk Cousins makes passes through these 4 games that are elite level passes. Elite level. But 5,200 yards, think of the people who have done that. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady let him out, but the passers of the league with no running game. Check this stat out. I just looked this up. The past 2 games, Kirk Cousins has attempted 105 passes. 55 against Buffalo, 50 against the Rams. Dalvin Cook has 98 total yards for the season. Through 4 games, Dalvin has 36 carries, 98 yards. He hasn't hit 100 total yards yet. Like, what the fuck is going on? There has to be an equality, a balance going on. If your defense is struggling, your run game has to help you out. They have to keep the defense off the field. That's just how football works. It's really not a tough game when you break it down. And as long as Cousins is throwing every goddamn time, you can't complete every one. He's doing remarkable job. But to have Dalvin Cook, who, keep in mind, through this time last year, had close to 500 yards. Through 4 games before he got hurt. Was second, I think, in the league in rushing next to Kareem Hunt. And he's got 98? He's got less yards than Kirk Cousins has pass attempts in the last 2 games? That can't happen. Cannot happen. They need to, next week, you got the Eagles. You got Vikings at Eagles. NFC Championship rematch. This shit needs to change. Something needs to change. Thank God Philly got beat by Tennessee on Sunday and doesn't have a lot of momentum going into Sunday. But for the Vikings, if you do not change shit up, the wheels can fall off really fast. Like I said before the season, and blame me all you want, but I am also the realist, and you guys know that. Just like 2009, when Brett Favre came and we went to the NFC Championship and had that shit show against the Saints, the next year we brought everybody back. Expectations were, it's Super Bowl or bust, right? And what happened? Favre gets knocked out, he retires, we go 6-10, Childress or whoever the coach was gets fired. It was wheels can fall off quickly. And, it's something that you don't want to accept or actually talk about. But the way things are going right now, it's like an acid trip. Those of you who've done it know what I mean. You can be having a great time and something happens and you can fall off a cliff really fast. Sorry to use that analogy, but it's very true. Very true. Keep in mind, that was 25 years ago, so don't worry. I'm not dropping acid these days. So anyway, hopefully the Vikings can right the ship. To go into Philly and win in Philly is a tall task. But after that Buffalo game, I'm telling you, that is leaving a real heavy residue on this kid, because that will just like put you sideways, and you don't know how to recover from something like that, because you're a laughing stock of the league after that happens. All right, so hold on a sec. You know what? I hope I didn't have anybody calling into the show. But I just spent 15 minutes on the Vikes that I didn't plan to do, which is great, because now I'm going into the rest of the games. I've got 15 minutes left. I got 15 minutes. So I'll talk about it, because this has been an amazing week, really. Now, keep in mind, offensively, it has been an incredible week, right? For my whole life. Even personality-wise, I'm kind of a defensive dude. Those of you who know me best know that for sure. Kickers have always fucked the Vikes. That is very true, Buck. Very true. But offenses are breaking records through week 4. As a defensive guy, I'm not thrilled about it. But it is what it is. What do you do, right? What do you do? I will say this right now. I am a Tom Brady lover. I am a Tom Brady apologist. I just, I recognize greatness, and some of you don't. That's all it is. I got the game on right here, Buck. Although I haven't seen it in 15 minutes. I don't know what's going on. But I love how almost every year, and this is solely based off hate, everybody bashes the Patriots and writes them off because they hate them so bad and they want them to fail so bad. And year after year, the Patriots have proven they start slow. They start slow. That's just what they do. They're figuring it out. Belichick is mixing his brew and doing what he needs to do, and eventually they figure it out. I love the fact that Miami, 3-0, going to New England, 1-2. Oh, don't get me wrong. It was a big game for New England. They had to have that game against Miami, and they did. 38-7, they did. Now they get Edelman back. They'll have Josh Gordon for another week. Gronk, James White, Sony Michel, Hogan. All of a sudden, all these different pieces are back. And who's running the ship again? Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. Everybody who sits there and is like, oh, the Patriots are done. You know what this moment reminds me of? After week 4, I don't know how many years ago it was, but we're on to Cincy game after the Patriots go to the Chiefs and get shit housed on Monday Night Football. I think it was like 42-14, and everybody was like, "Oh, Tom Brady's done. It's over. He's washed up." And we're on to Cincy. What happens? They go and win the fucking Super Bowl. So this feels a lot like that we're on to Cincy moment. The only hiccup, Gronk, it's a shame. Gronk just has these injuries, and he can never, play, a full 16. But here come the Patriots. And I'm a Vikings dude. There's the Vikings thing right in the back. I don't know why I still have it up. I'm that close to getting off that bandwagon, but it's there. And I love the Patriots because they have done it this way. Love you, Buck. Peace. Done it this way since 2001. Think about that. They have done it since '01. It's 2018, people. It's unbelievable. Jason, I'm all in on Sony too. He's a good back. Showed it 25 carries, 130 something, and a tater on Sunday. But the two constants for the Patriots have always been Brady and Belichick. Think about all the interchangeable parts in the last 18 years. And they've got 8 Super Bowls. Two constants, Brady and Belichick. Unbelievable. Shit on them all you want. All you want. They are there it's insane. It's insane. It really is. Speaking of the greatest quarterback ever, Tom Brady, at least arguably, to something I saw today, that our society is so screwed. We are so an immediate reaction society. It's so pathetic and sad. There's quite a few of them, Jason. Ben Coates and the other guy, whatever. He asked who's the other tight end before Gronk. Exactly. But I just heard something today. And it might have been ESPN. It could have, whatever it was. It said, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? Guy, what are we doing? What is going on? Why? The guy's played 4 fucking games. 4. Yes, he has been incredible. And I love watching him. The guy's insane. Yeah. But Jason says best left-handed quarterback. That was a great play. It was. I got the guy on my fantasy team. Of course I want him to do well. But to ask if he's the best quarterback in the league right now, when you've got Brady, when you got Aaron Rodgers, come on, man. Yes, he's doing good, but don't be stupid. Why do people ask these questions? This is just, is it solely to get people like me worked up? Is that what it is? Is it just solely to get me pissed off? Because you got Aaron Rodgers, who, if you don't say Aaron is better than Patrick Mahomes, stop watching football or shut your mouth. How about that? Because you're an idiot. I'm just done. I'm done. He's great. He's great. But keep in mind, one play can change the narrative of a game just by chance. What happens last night if that hook and ladder worked? Because if what's his face, whoever caught it and was going to lateral it, didn't get hit, Booker's blocking. Sanders would have walked into the end zone if it would have worked. And what would we have been talking about? Case Keenum, all he does is produce miracles. Minneapolis miracle, the Denver hook and ladder miracle. And what would have been the other side? Oh man, Denver finally figured out Patrick Mahomes. All you gotta do is put pressure on him. Think about it. One play would have changed the narrative last night. And all of a sudden now Patrick Mahomes, he's the best quarterback ever. Put him in the Hall of Fame. The guy's he's the best ever. He's the best in the league. Not only now, it's like, you guys, just relax. It's unbelievable, right? I will say this. In a league of offense, Kansas City plays home this week to Jacksonville. Jacksonville has by far, in my opinion, Chicago's close, but Jacksonville has the best defense going right now, all right? So everybody just pump the brakes real fast on Patrick Mahomes. He's not the best goddamn quarterback out there, even though everybody wants to freak out. It's just chill out. Let him play a season. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady must be what, chopped liver? What? Our society's hilarious. It's so funny. People just, he's got to be the best. He's just the best. It's no, the guy's played 4 games. 4! And, Tom Brady's been in 8 Super Bowls. Aaron Rodgers, arguably the best in the league. People are like, hey, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the league? Bunch of idiots. I'm sorry, but God, it's insane. Mind you, let me go to Jacksonville real quick. I just want to look at their points against this season just to let you know what he's going up against. 15, 20, 9, and 12. Larry, Megan, mwah. Both of you, I love you so much. Hopefully you just missed my swearing rant, because that would not be good. But either way, talking football, I get jacked up. You guys just missed the first 15 minutes of me freaking out about the Vikings. But anyway, like I say, Patrick Mahomes is great so far. He's going up against Jacksonville this week, and it's going to be fun, all right? And in a couple weeks, they go up against the Rams in Mexico City and on Monday Night Football, and that's going to be really fun. I mean, let it evolve. We're through 4 weeks, people. It's only a quarter of the season, and people are just losing their mind about certain things. It's unbelievable. Speaking of Jacksonville, by the way, I've got Leonard Fournette on my fantasy team, and I'm telling you right now, this guy is 6'1", 230 pounds of pussy. I'm sorry, but how can you be that big and such a bitch? I don't understand. Like, I'm not a big guy at all, but it's just like you're letting your team down. And maybe it's the military background in me, and playing football growing up all those years. But like in my head, I don't want to be the weak link. I don't want to let my team down, and you're the guy, your offense isn't that great. You're really counted on, and you just are like, my foot. Oh, it's not broke. No. It just, it kind of hurts a little bit. It hurts a little bit. It's like he needs to get the shit kicked out of him, and he needs to be bullied is what needs to happen. They need to take him out back and whoop him. I'm a proponent of bullying right now. That's when it comes to football, that's what it comes down to. I don't care. Be a man and get in there. Larry, I love you, bud. I work with a couple Bears fans here in Hollywood, and they are just going nuts, and obviously you are too. Trubisky throws for 6 touchdowns against the Bucs. Real quick, before I get to the Bears, it's a little come back to earth moment for the Bucs, ain't it? And the Fitz magic. Hey, I'm gonna trademark Fitz magic. Jesus, how fast does it all crumble? Right? He went 2-0, and everybody's just, oh my God, the guy's Pro Bowl. He's just unbelievable. Next thing you know, Jameis Winston's starting this week. Fitz magic. Let's get rid of that.
90 seconds.
90 seconds. Holy cow, I'm out of time. That's nuts. Bears. I will say this right now. Offensively, Larry, you might have enough. With Howard and Cohen and Nagy calling those plays and whatever. But your defense, the Bears defense, people, Khalil Mack. Wow.
60 seconds.
Wow. How funny is it that John Gruden trades Khalil Mack and then a week later says a good pass rusher is hard to find? Like, you can't make this shit up. It's insane. I am terrified of the Bears. I really am. I don't know if you can run on them or not, if that's the secret. But as long as Khalil Mack is out there running around, and he has had the most incredible 4 games, like Lawrence Taylor, 4-game stretch. If he keeps this up, defensive MVP, 100%, possible league MVP. It's incredible. I mean, the guy is playing out of his mind. That defense is just really, really good.
10 seconds.
Was that 10 seconds? Is that what it was? Do I have 10 seconds? 30 seconds? Hold on. Is it about to shut off? It don't matter. I'm out of here. This has been fun. A whole new group of people joined the show tonight. I love it. And I love you guys. So have an awesome night. And I will see you Sunday morning. And I have a feeling I'm going to do 2 shows a week from here on out. I'll do a Sunday morning preview and maybe a Tuesday night recap. Review. So anyway, Larry, I love you. The rest of you, I love you to death. And I will see you on Sunday. Drive fast, take chances. I'm out.